Buenos dias, mi gente. It is great to be with you here virtually. My name is Sid Wilson, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Hispanic Association on Corporate Responsibility. And I welcome you to our 28th annual HACR Symposium and Executive Programs. We're so excited to be here. It was quite a journey, as you can imagine, given the challenges from COVID-19. We've gone to this virtual experience, but we believe you're going to have a great experience, not only through this virtual platform, but also the great content, great speakers, and a great lineup that we have in store for you today. So we want to thank you for joining us for our HACR Symposium and Executive Programs. I want to also thank all of our sponsors who have been supportive to HACR and our Symposium and Executive Programs. Without you, we would not be able to put these important programs together. So we are deeply thankful to all of our sponsors. I want to thank, in particular, our host sponsors. And we're going to have our host sponsors give remarks. And our first is our host sponsor, PepsiCo, for a symposium. We're excited to have Marissa Solis. Marissa is the Senior Vice President of Core Brands, Partnership, and Media for Frito, the subsidiary for PepsiCo. And we'd like to welcome Marissa. Marissa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Sid, and buenos dias a todos. It is an honor and a pleasure to welcome all of you to the 2020 annual HACR Symposium. And as Sid stated, this year's symposium promises to be like no other. We have all had a year filled with tremendous adversity and change, and our Hispanic community has been challenged in unprecedented ways. COVID has impacted our health, our community has left, our economy has left many communities without jobs and needing essentials to survive. And I'm sure all of us in one way or another this year have faced the language of division and resentment. And yet here we are, as Sid said, although virtually, we are here together, we are here united, and we are strong. And the next day promises to inspire us, challenge us, and mobilize us to maximize the power of Hispanic inclusion. And as a member of PepsiCo, I couldn't be more proud of our continued partnership with HACR and support its commitment to advocate diversity and engagement, because the power of Hispanic inclusion is more important now than it ever was before. And at PepsiCo, we're committed to ensure our diversity and inclusion journey is elevated. And we know that building a company capable of meeting the needs of diverse consumers, communities, and customers starts with the people who are at the soul of our team. And that is why we're implementing very specific measurable commitments through a 5-pillar strategy to support Hispanic talent, including hiring, retention, and advancement for all our Hispanic associates, working to increase opportunities for Latinos outside our organization with a focus on education and job training, providing access to affordable nutrition and programs for physical activity, and providing comprehensive support for communities during this COVID-19 crisis through a partnership with Unidos US. I'm proud of this work, and I would like to share some of this work in this video that highlights the things that we are doing. Let's share the video, please.
Passionate, resilient, and always moving forward, even in the face of hardship. We know this because, like you, we live and work here. We see the energy, the smiles, and the drive of our people. That's why we've partnered with Unidos US to support nearly 300 local community organizations. We'll provide meals for seniors and families in need, helping them get the medical care they seek, and do our part to ensure our community thrives. Because it's about people. It's about our community. It's about all of us. Together is how we get through this.
That's right. Together is how we will get through this crisis and continue to elevate the diversity and engagement agenda. I look forward today to learning with you during the sessions, and I am going to kick it over back to Sid. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for your leadership, Marissa, and thank you to PepsiCo for serving as a co-host sponsor for our SET Symposium. Next, I'd like to introduce Jasmine Vasquez, Vice President of Store Engagement Marketing for Target Corporation, our co-host sponsor of our 28th annual SET Symposium. And before Jasmine comes on, please see this video from Target.
Cuando tú no ves a alguien que se parece a ti haciendo lo que tú sueñas, es un poco difícil hacer ese sueño realidad.
Muchas personas no confiaban en mí porque yo era muy chiquito, muy flaquito, pero yo dentro de mí dije, yo sí voy a lograr lo que muchos dicen que no.
Eso te afecta. No puedes ser lo que no puedes ver.
Di lo máximo de mí y yo creo que por eso estoy donde estoy, por nunca haber vencido, sin importar lo que la gente diga.
Buenos dias, good morning. I'm so excited to be able to share this conference and this experience with all of you. For those I haven't met yet, as Sid said, I'm Jasmine Vasquez, the Vice President of Store Experience Marketing at Target. As you know, the world, our nation, and our communities are facing historic challenges, from rates of COVID that disproportionately impact people of color to the raw and painful experiences of racial injustices. And all of us at Target recognize it's time for true transformative change by continuing to make commitments to inclusivity that focus on increasing and advancing our diverse representation for our Black and Hispanic Latino team members. We're working hard to drive this change through a Racial and Equity Action and Change working group that we call REACH, and by sharing our goals loud and clear with our guests. Our REACH committee was conceived by a passionate and diverse group of senior leaders from across our organization, working to guide Target's efforts as we engage meaningfully in the fight to end systemic racism in the United States. One example coming out of this group is that we released a report transparently detailing the racial and gender breakdown of our team across levels of the organization. And we just announced plans based off of this data to increase our representation of Black team members across Target by 20% over the next 3 years. Increased representation is so crucially important to our team members, and we're focused on ways we can also express that commitment to our guests, including a new campaign that kicked off during Hispanic Heritage Month. What we know is that when Target is at our best, we're truly inclusive. We're living our purpose to help all families discover the joy of everyday life. And in our marketing, that means we're not solely focused on retail. We're inviting our guests to join us in building a space where all are welcome, where all can see themselves in Target's community. Because as Ada said, when you don't see someone like you living your dream, it affects you. No puedes ver lo que no puedes ser. And so I'm incredibly excited about our new campaign called Más que, More Than. To us at Target, Más que celebrates the rich, diverse, and meaningful spirit of our community, of Latinos who want to be recognized for who they are, not who they're perceived to be. And this is just the start of an effort to embrace our Hispanic and Latino guests each and every day, to tell our stories and ultimately better reflect the inclusivity our brand aspires to. As a Latina, I'm proud, and Target is proud of the strategic partnership we have with HACR, connecting our Hispanic peers and the communities we serve, and helping us to further develop and grow our Target team. We can't wait to continue this work and this partnership with you for years to come. And I'm so excited that each of you is making the commitment to be here today. With that, we're going to close with another spot featuring Armando and Aisha. Thank you so much.
Being from two different places, it's not a tug of war, it's a gift, it's a blessing.
Growing up as a young girl, I was very judgmental of myself because I didn't fit this portrait of what I thought back then was beauty.
I hope that people find themselves within the art that I'm making, and it empowers them to move forward and take some chances on themselves because of who they are.
I wanted to raise my children to understand no matter what your skin tone is, no matter what your hair texture is, we're all beautiful.
Thank you, Jasmine, and thank you to Target Corporation for your longtime support of HACR and for serving as co-host sponsor. I'd also like to recognize our third co-host sponsor, Prudential Financial. Prudential has been a longtime supporter of ACED, and we're deeply appreciative for the company's commitment to Hispanic inclusion in corporate America. A big thank you to Prudential Financial. Our virtual symposium and executive programs is unique this year. This is the first time that we're actually doing our symposium and our executive programs happening simultaneously. And so we're now going to share our host sponsor for our ACED executive programs, USAA. We're deeply thankful for USAA for your support of ACED and our executive programs. Here to say a few words on behalf of USAA is Ramon Lopez, Vice President for Auto Claims Operations at USAA.
Thank you so much. It truly is an honor to be here today, not only with Pepsi and Target and Prudential, but with everyone who's joined this amazing day. Surely as a young teenager and as a young adult, I could never imagine in 1,000 years having the opportunity to talk about just how important my Hispanic heritage has been regarding the success at USAA. And so at USAA, we are a financial services company that seeks to protect the financial interest of our military community, of the families and the war heroes that defend the US on a daily basis. And it's an honor to be a part of serving this amazing mission for our military families. In my role as the Vice President of Auto Insurance Claims and Technology Modernization, I have the honor to lead approximately 4,900 employees across the world. And our commitment is that we meet our members at some of the most emotional times of a car accident. My commitment as an organization is also to install brand new technology to bring USAA further into the digital age. And so just an amazing, I have an opportunity as a leader at USAA, I have to lead an amazing group. You know, as I've talked to employees across USAA, specifically the Latino population, one of the first things that is often talked about is just the accomplishment of becoming a part of the USAA employee population. And as I've interviewed both leaders and employees, I'll ask the question, like, how high are your aspirations at USAA? Or where do you seek to go? And many times I get the response of, well, Ramon, I've made it. I'm a USA employee, I'm a USA leader, and I've made it, and I'm proud to be here. And I can't see further past this opportunity. And so after having multiple conversations like this, the USAA organization as a whole, we've created a diversity business group, and our title is Adelante, and I saw that was part of the prior video as well. So we have an Adelante diversity business group that really focuses on a couple of key tenets that are fairly simple but are meaningful. And the first one is mentorship, and how we built plans and built a framework of mentorship for our Latino population across USAA. The next one is really around our diverse slate of candidates, and how can we commit to ensuring that not only do we have a diverse slate of candidates for a role, but also a diverse slate of interviewers. And so by following these two simple tactics, we have seen not only promotions, but we've seen much more engagement across the Latino population. So just really an amazing story, and one that I'm really proud of. I'll close my conversation with just, really ensuring that you put your priorities and your focus and how you demonstrate that. And I'll say that our CEO, Wayne Peacock, has stood up a diversity and inclusion council across USAA. And this council is made up of all types of employees, and it really demonstrates, as he leads the council, the importance and the criticality that USAA is placing on diversity and inclusion in the workspace. And so I'm just so honored to be here today, Sid. I'm honored to support the cause and look forward to an amazing day with friends and family across this amazing population. So thanks so much, sir.
Thank you, Ramon Lopez, and thank you to USAA for serving as the host sponsor for our HACR executive programs. And of course, thank you to all of our sponsors of our HACR Symposium and executive programs for your support and looking forward to great programs. So with that, we're gonna get started. Just a few housekeeping items. We encourage you to visit our expo and learn more about our sponsors. And you'll also see that you'll be able to see our agenda for the day. There's 2 agendas. Of course, those that are participating in our executive programs have 1 agenda. Those that have our symposium will be a separate agenda. So we encourage you to do that. We'll come together in the afternoon for our Alliance for Board Diversity session, and then our flagship forum of the HACR Symposium and Executive Programs, the 2020 CEO Roundtable. And then after that, we have to mention, of course, our Hora de Feliz networking reception that we're doing virtually, and there'll be prizes to give away. So make sure you stay tuned for all of the activities that are taking place today. Also, we encourage you to share your experience on social media. We ask that you use the hashtag HACR events, that's HACR events, through all areas of our platforms. So with that, let's get started. Let's move on to our first sessions. Those that are going to symposium, you will go to your symposium sessions. Those in executive programs will go to executive programs. We hope you have a great conference, a great experience, y nos hablamos pronto. Muchas gracias.